Yo, everybody. Week 4, COVID-19 Wednesday Wisdom. Um, so, for this week, I wanted to come at you short, simple, as always. Sorry for the echo, first off, in my stairwell. So, one of my least favorite things to do is boil a pot of water. Probably like, okay. And maybe some of you might agree with me. But I think it is because of the waiting piece. If I were to boil water in a tea kettle, you get that hissing sound, you get the sound it makes to let you know that it's the whistling sound that lets you know it's ready. But with a pot of water, you literally are just waiting, and you just don't know when it's going to be ready until it actually starts boiling. So in a way, you almost can step away and come back, but even then, it's still not done. And then sometimes we think, if I stand there and just glare at it, maybe it'll just boil quickly. And I think that's a lot like life sometimes. We are waiting for things to happen. We are waiting for answers. We are waiting for situations to be finished. And in reality, we end up waiting so long that we miss out on things. And so, I think about when I have to boil the water for my noodles, when I make my world famous mac and cheese. Probably about as famous as, other items that you all might make and stuff like that, or things you all might do. And I think in that meantime, while I'm waiting for this pot to boil for these noodles, I realized that sometimes I just sat there and just waited. But in reality, I probably could have been prepping the cheese. I probably could have been, mixing together some of the other ingredients to truly have myself ready. So when the pot of water is ready, I can drop the noodles, and then this process becomes much more efficient. And so I think if we think about that same thing with life, even where we are right now, we don't know, in a way, the timing of the waiting period. But what we do know that there are things that we can be planning for. There are things that we can be executing in our lives to help us. So when the bomb might blow up of life, right now, when the shoe may drop, when the hammer may drop, whatever metaphor that you want to use, when it's about to go down, whatever that is, why not have looked at other things that you could have been doing during the waiting period? And so for me right now, one of the things I'm doing is trying to build my website for my, own brand called Storytime Ministries. And so this is something that I truly have had a vision of, things of myself doing life coaching and ministry work and, taking the gospel to reach the nations. But it's also a brand that my wife and I are going to do community health things with. And so I'm doing that right now in the waiting period because I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm planning in this waiting period. The one thing I'm trying not to do is worry about tomorrow because I can only execute today. I can plan for tomorrow, but I can only execute today. And so why worry about tomorrow? That's what I have to tell myself. And so I would encourage, each of you all watching this to plan for tomorrow. Plan and understand how you can execute in the waiting period. Because there's sometimes something for you in the waiting period that is going to give you great satisfaction until the other information comes, whether you like it or not. But you can control the waiting period and what you do during that. Peace and blessings.